Hey guys, Jonny and Lauren's back for the next episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa Mode.
Hello.
So we have been busy in between episodes. Last episode we got our super reactor set up, and you'll notice it looks a little different. And that's because we got rid of the ultimate energy output hatches.
Yes.
And the reason for that is, annoyingly we're not at 20 TPS, but you'll see we are at about 18, 19-ish. If I put these down, even though these are all empty, and just wait a couple of seconds, we're already at 13, 12, 12.2. Yeah,
it's not
that's
good.
just knocked 6 TPS off, so we're giving up on the super reactor. It was nice and fun, and I'm glad we did it, but we've also been trying to improve our steel setup. So I created a bunch of liquid dimensions with RF tools, and that's what this setup here is for. So we had just some fluid placers outputting into this block, and then absorbers to make the fluid absorber field, so we can make the terrain, the material dimly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I did all this, and then remember last episode we made creative tanks. So instead I made an extra 4 creative tanks, and we have one for blazing pyrotheum, one for cryotheum, one for aerothium, and one for petrotheum. And we also made a bigger steel setup.
Yes.
So this is 256 fluid transposers.
Or a lot.
Yeah, so basically from the tank, we have these super laminar fluid ducts, which actually just push automatically and keep these filled perfectly.
Yes.
And then to minimize on lag, I think this helps anyway, we've got these phantom faces all connected to the same tank, and that's just doing the same for each row. Then we've got ender chests, which are getting exported with draconium, the ex nihilo creation version, because that has EMC, which somebody kindly told me earlier today.
Because we didn't know that.
We did not. So that's just got the resonant servos round robin to all these machines. And then at the other side, we have resonant retrievers just retrieving neutral steel round robin as well. And that seems to be handling it quite fine. So then that goes into the second tier, the cryotheum. Now, we do have the exact same amount of cryotheum, which is dumb because we should only need a third, but we had a huge stockpile of first degree. I think it was like 3 million.
Yeah.
We thought that was a huge stockpile. We burnt through that in less than a day. We then burnt through our 25 million draconium right at the back, and this is working quite well. I'm quite happy with this.
Yeah.
So it does the other 2 stages, the fluid transposers, then just some enhanced alloys, and finally just one crafter can handle all of it. So we've got 132,000 steel of the 6, and we're going to expand that to do the 7th as well, but this was completely pointless. That is a shame. We've also been busy over in the other world, the Simple Void world.
Yes.
That's what it's called. So I think we've got steel production a bit better, but obviously the other thing that's a hold up is the other stuff.
The other stuff.
The singularities. That was the word you could have gave me.
Sorry, I wasn't sure what you were meaning. But yes.
So previously we had these set up just with a big tower, and they all fell down into diamond spikes. We were curious if the mobs falling were causing lag, so instead we set it up where the mobs just spawn on platforms. So I think if I flick this lever,
Yep.
yeah, so they just all spawn on their individual platforms and get killed, and I think that helps with lag a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It wasn't great though.
Yep.
So we tried another setup, which I don't think we have an easy way of turning on. Let me get a lever. What?
I thought there was a lever underneath, but I can't see one.
No, but I can put a lever here, and if we flick this one, I think that turns those ones on. So this was our next attempt. We had a flat platform, and we didn't have a grid to begin with. We just had all mob duplicators. So these, rather than being fully upgraded, are just based here with all the speed and energy upgrades.
Yes.
And this seems to work quite well, but we're hitting some kind of
Mob limit almost.
yeah, I guess per chunk we can't spawn in enough.
Yes.
So Lawrence has recently been trialing a new setup, which is just a 5x5 of the sort of grid pattern, and this seems to work pretty well. So I think
Yeah.
we're going to copy this and put one in each, well, in its own chunk for each of the items.
Yeah. It should work reasonably quickly, hopefully.
I think so. The other thing we were finding that was causing a fair bit of lag was the equivalent integrations. So rather than just having this import our 8 times obsidian into the system, we're now just inputting it into a energy condenser.
Yes.
And that's just going to make final star shards. I mean, it will probably not make one for days, but either way, it means it's not going to make our system lag every time we get items.
True.
And then this is kind of the annoying thing. I didn't long do this, which is for getting us lots of draconium, which we now know we can use EMC for. But this is pretty fast, I think. Yeah, the frames
frame rate
kind of
does
tank a little here. But if we look in the crafter, like I mean, it's almost like 2 stacks a second. So this is 66 plant gatherers maybe or something.
Yes. 11 times 6.
Yeah, and we're using XNet, so that's annoying. The JEI goes over the top of it. But basically, there is a channel set up here to extract all the items from the plant gatherers, extract all the fluid sludge into the trash can, which is behind here, and then put everything else into here. Ironically, the crafter is too slow if you only set the recipe once, but if you set the recipe multiple times, it can keep up,
Yeah.
which is weird.
We learned something new.
An interesting thing. But I think, well, that's almost all the stuff we did. So I think the last thing we did is our base looks a lot emptier. We cleaned up a lot of kind of redundant things now.
Yes.
So you'll see a lot of reasonably empty platforms. We also consolidated all of our barrels and drawers downstairs, but basically just tore up anything that needed or can be done with EMC.
Pretty much.
Like immersive engineering, the only thing we actually need is the plate press. So yeah, we've just ripped out everything that might be causing lag. Also, Lawrence went through a lot of our patterns and we're down to 1 molecular assembler tower, so that'll be
Yes.
helping.
That took a while.
Like, yeah, I think we've made it reasonably efficient, I think, for this late in the game. I think I forgot to turn off mob duplicators, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. The still leaf is still running.
Okay, I forgot to flick the lever again. But anyway, we're going to be looking at some of these other quests while we wait for some of those items crafting, which I mean is a lot more feasible time frame now. And I think the one Lawrence was interested in was the Mekanism fusion reactor.
Yes. That was one of them, along with the boiler.
Oh, the boiler. Yeah, I think you need to do that first, don't you? You said.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to do... Well, we're going to be doing it anyway. But the Mechanism boiler and the Mechanism turbine, which is locked out from the boiler.
Makes
And
sense.
then the fusion reactor. And I don't know what this is because it's locked out, but we might have a look at it, maybe.
Yeah.
What were you going to be working on?
Me, I was just going to be... So there's some other sort of quests in here that aren't going to take too long. So like the all-day solar is just literally putting down a neutronium solar panel and sending power back to the base in an all-day dimension. The same for all night. But the one I'm going to be spending most of the episode probably is this automate all trees that can be placed inside a bonsai pot. So I've set up this platform here, which has a bonsai pot for every single one that can go in the bonsai tree.
Ah.
And a lot of them are going to be easy. A lot of them are just going to be me finding them in the system because they have EMC. But there's a couple that are kind of interesting and need the, what's it called? Abyssocraft? Not the crystallizer, the materializer. But that is the mod I was thinking of. But have you got the stuff ready to get going with your bit?
I think so.
Cool.
Full disclosure, never built one of these before, but I think I understand the theory. Maybe.
This is promising, maybe.
So, first off, the Mechanism boiler is a multi-block structure that is used to convert water into steam. So,
I mean, the name does kind of imply that, I
That does
suppose.
kind of imply that. So, it's a multi-block. You can be any size, I think, from 4 by 4 by 4 to 18 by 18 by 18. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing the 18 by 18 by 18 because I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't think we really need it, to be honest.
So I'm going to do this big. I hadn't counted, but this looks like the right sort of size for it.
That sounds like the perfect size.
Yeah.
I think. That looks like a decent size.
Yeah, it's fairly decent. I'm going to start off with a 5 by 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frame. There you go. Quick maths on camera for you guys. Know how much you love it.
That was pretty impressive stuff there.
That was actually. So, once I've got the frame, I'm just going to put in the bottom face, which is just these boiler casings. And then I am going to grab some, I believe it's called superheating elements. So
Maybe.
I am going to want to put these on the bottom. These are basically what are responsible for converting the water into steam. So I just need 9 of those at the moment. So once we kick those off.
Is that why I got a lag spike for a second?
Just a little bit.
I was worried that we had forgot about something.
So I am going to pop a boiler valve there. These are what you use to basically insert water and heat energy into the boiler. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not like I'm, doing this whilst trying to remember the name of it. Simple things.
Well, I can't help you because I've definitely never done it.
Yeah.
So it's all you.
It's all me, basically. So hopefully those...
You told me to do other stuff.
I did tell you to do other stuff. Slightly regretting it now, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, got those 9 superheating elements. So I'm just going to pop those down the bottom. Like so.
That seems reasonably straightforward so far. I mean,
then
you're basically just building a big kettle, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it is basically a big kettle now that I think about it. That is a really weird way of thinking about it.
That's what it is.
But yeah.
Heating element at the bottom, fill it with water, I assume, and you make steam.
Yeah, so if can I use the building gadget for this? I can't. That's really annoying. It's an invalid block.
The thingy, the builder's wand.
Builder's wand. Let's try
I've been using that quite a lot lately because of the nice EMC nature of it.
Oh, okay.
It is quite handy being able to just build stuff without actually
Yes.
having to have
Yes,
the
I
stuff.
can.
That's good.
So, I honestly thought that should have completed. It has not completed because I have not done all sides.
Well, that was not very clever now, was it?
There you go. Okay.
Oh no,
So,
you cleaned up the recipe for the lunar panels.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's fine. We have one. I think one
have
is
one.
sufficient for this quest.
There you go.
So I'm actually going to complete your first quest, just so you know.
Yay. You're
So-
already ahead of me.
I know. So here is a tier 3 lunar panel. We'll just stick a thing in there. Capacitor. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Send on main power. And boom. There we go. Always night dimension, lunar panel. Quest complete.
That's quite nice.
Ooh. See what I mean? This was an easy one.
Yeah, that was quite an easy one. So I'm also going to pop in these pressure dispersers. These are basically what separate the water from the steam. And if I fill in this with glass, I'm really hoping that should have just auto-completed. Why is this not auto-completing?
Let me come have a look with my crazy mechanism knowledge.
Yes.
So you have the boiler casing, the structural glass, and a heating. Why is that so low down? Should there not be a roof on
There
this?
should be a roof. That's probably why this is not working.
Oh, okay.
It needs a roof.
Yeah, well, I solved it. I solved it, guys.
Yeah, that's quite
My
embarrassing.
lack of mechanism knowledge was
I
clearly
didn't
good.
realise there wasn't a roof. I thought I'd done the roof. But once
you weren't
I
expecting me to
complete
be
the
able to
roof-
help.
There you go. So, as you can see, this is slowly filling up with water. And it looks quite cool. It's
Okay, I
you
ran
can
away. I'm coming back.
You can actually see the water going up. The water
That
level
is
going
kind of cool, yeah.
up. But
Interesting.
in all honesty, I think that's quite slow. I might try translocating water into it.
Could do.
But so at the moment, this is not doing anything. It's just filling up with water. If you click it, you can see that the boil rate at the moment is 0 milliparticles per tick. The reason for this is because we're not heating it up at the moment. So Mekanism has its own sort of heat supply system.
Did you destroy our portal to the mining dimension?
No.
I can't find one. Mining dimension.
Oh yeah, I might have.
Yeah.
Because you did it in the middle of the base.
But it's the only all day dimension I can think of.
I mean, yeah, you could make one.
Yeah, that feels like that's gonna be laggier.
True.
Like, I don't want to do that.
So, mechanism. So the thing, so there is a block that you can essentially provide heat with, and it provides energy with, and it gives you heat. Wrong way round. It's called the resistive heater. So I'm just gonna pop this down. Let's pop that there. And I can never remember which way is heat and which way is energy, but I should have
You
some
try
of
and be
the-
smarter.
I have tried being smart. It didn't suit me, unfortunately.
Oh.
Right. I need the mechanism heat pipes. I can't remember what they're called. Thermal...
Mechanical?
Dynamic.
Wait, they're thermodynamic. That's
Yeah.
not mechanism.
Thermodynamic conductors.
Oh. But that's confusing. Thermodynamic sounds like thermodynamics.
Yes, it's very close, but not quite. So, luckily the basic tiers have EMC, but I am just going to craft some of the ultimate tiers because why not?
Well, you never guess what I've done.
Have you put a solar panel in the all-day
I
dimension?
put a solar panel in the all-day dimension and sent the energy home. Like, basically, I'm just killing these quests today.
Yeah,
I picked the really hard ones.
You
So I
did.
thought that was fair.
You did. I'm glad I picked the easy one.
Yeah, that's the one you chose. I mean, to be fair, I was quite involved in our beefing up of steel.
Yes, you are.
I mean, which seems, I am impressed how unlaggy it is. I mean, frame
Yeah, it
rate,
is.
not great, but it doesn't seem to cause like any impact on tech.
No. So, what was I thinking? Oh, yeah. So I've hooked up the resistive heater to a valve to input heat in. I was just going to quickly borrow a wireless crystal. You'll totally reach.
So basically, you're saying you took the lid off the kettle.
No, I put the lid on the kettle, and I'm now heating up the kettle, hopefully. So,
Okay, I don't see any
as-
steam.
not yet, but as you can see, so this is, first of all, is in, I want it in Kelvin, not Kelvin, centigrade. So this is set at
God, just
27
add
degrees.
273.
I can't do that in my head. But if I was to set this at, basically you ramp up the energy usage. So at the moment it's only using 100 joules per tick. If I set this to 1,000, it starts
do
heating
it.
up. Admittedly very slow. So let's jump to 31.06 degrees. Let's say 5,000. 5,000. Let's see what that does.
Seems fair to me.
That is bumping it up to about 47. So if I do, I don't know, I'll just do one with lots of zeros. I'm using 1 megajoule per tick, and that has just completely boiled everything.
Oh, we can't put water in it fast enough.
We cannot put water in it fast enough.
What about a sink? Is a sink not just like an infinite source of water?
Yeah, I can try a sink. Let's see how that does.
I mean, I could make another creative tank.
No, it should be fine. To be fair, it's because I've ramped up the energy usage a load. And if I get some translocators.
They're so laggy. No, I actually don't think the translocators are that bad.
No, I don't think so. And if I just...
Oh no, I'm trying to work through these saplings and I found my first one that I don't have a seed for.
Oh no.
I need to go buy it from the marketplace.
Oh.
Oh wait, you've destroyed the marketplace.
We hit it up. You
Yeah,
agreed with me.
I think I did. That's not
They
the
were an
point.
entity. They were causing lag.
I don't think they were that bad.
They were causing lag.
I think it was just like having everything was the problem.
Yes. So as you can see, I am now producing steam up the top here. That is a boiler. It is producing steam. It's producing quite a lot of steam. It's doing a bucket a second, and it can do up to 900 buckets per second. So we maybe don't need to be using this much energy for it.
Well, we don't really have an issue with energy.
I'm putting it down to 50 kilojoules per tick and seeing what temperature that comes out at.
I mean, I really don't mind, but I don't think energy matters at this point.
To be honest, I don't think it's affected the boil rate.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
That's-
yeah, you'd be as well as...
I mean, the temperature is dropping slightly, but eventually that will sort of even out, hopefully. So now we have some steam. I think the next thing I'm going to make is the turbine.
Are we going to be able to work this one a bit easier than the
I hope so.
big reactor, which I failed miserably at?
Yeah, that was a bit of a annoying one.
I got there in the end, but
did.
it was confusing.
So I'm just gonna grab some of the stuff that I need for this. So I'm just gonna set this up here.
Right next to it.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
that
much.
makes sense. I'm assuming you're just going to be pushing from one to the other.
Yeah, and also it's in the center of the platform.
So is that making steam?
That is making steam,
I wonder if that steam would have worked in the turbine.
possibly.
I wonder if you can cross mods like that.
I honestly don't know. If I would think that you should be able to. So I've already misplaced a block, which is not good. But well. So again, I'm just going to build a 5x5x7 casing, and tell you what, we will be back once I've completed that. Hey guys, so I finished building the basic turbine structure. Yeah, took a little bit of research. I thought I had an idea of what I was doing. I did not. It's fine. But so I've got this 5x5, and I've now made it slightly bigger. So I think it's now a 5x5x9. I'm going to pop these turbine rotor blades in the middle. I've got 4 of them. I've got some rotor blades. I've got 8 of them because you can essentially put 2 on each rotor. And they look quite nice. I quite like that they get bigger as you go up. So
It
they
does
start
look like
small.
quite a nice structure, yeah.
But so I've placed the turbines down. If I place the rotation complex down there, or I could not.
Is it not working?
No, it is. It's just I think a bit of lag somewhere. So I've got those down. If I place these pressure dispersers around the rotation complex, like so, and I'm gonna lock myself in here, which you really don't want to do with spinning turbines. Or steam, I guess.
No, I think both would be pretty awful.
Yep.
Steam may be worse. I feel like that would last longer.
So then I've got 2 electromagnetic coils. I'm going to place one on top of the rotation thing, and then I've one on top of the pressure disperser. And then I've got some of these saturating condensators. So I'm just going to fill in the rest of the space with these, like so. And then on the top, I've got some turbine vents.
Nice.
And once I've placed that, I get this multi-block structure. Now, we did have a bit of a backlog of steam, which is causing this reactor to spin very, very fast. But it's
Is that not good?
Yeah, it's quite good. It's currently producing 1.8 megajoules per tick.
I don't know what
Which is
joules
quite
means
a
in
lot.
our...
1.04 giga-RF per tick.
Oh, okay, that seems quite decent.
I think.
I'll give you that.
Oh no, sorry, it's producing 730 kilo RF per tick.
Yeah.
But this is just storing the power. It doesn't have anywhere to go. So I figured I could just hook up some of the... We've got conduits. They should do.
Yep.
And I'm just going to feed this back into the heat production thing.
I think
and I have a
use
zombie.
the mechanism pipes.
I mean, I could use the mechanism pipes, or I could use the conduits.
All right,
So-
I just didn't think they were fast enough.
I mean, the conduits are doing... energy conduits are fine. I did try hooking this up with the fluid conduits, and they were not fast enough. So I've had to use the mechanism ones. Also, weirdly, steam is a liquid, not a gas, as you would think. So I've had to use the mechanical pipes instead of the pressurized ones.
Mechanism is like so inconsistent with when it's a liquid and when it's a gas.
Yeah, but today we learned that steam is a liquid.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So this is now full, so I can, in theory, ramp up the temperature even more. Let's try that. And yep, I'm still getting enough, and that should produce more steam, which this is actually just slowing down,
Is that bad?
but it's fine.
It feels bad.
I mean, this isn't ever going to be like... in theory, we could try and balance these out so that the
we're
energy
never gonna
produced
be
from the
using them.
turbine, yeah,
Is what you're about to say.
basically. So I think we are done with that. I think the next...
Actually, before you go on, I have been making good progress on my bonsai pots. Like, look at this,
Yay.
guys. I have every single sapling planted except from the swamp oak sapling and the blossoming sapling. And I thought I was going to make these through materialization, but it looks like basically, if we look at the materializer, that recipe for the sapling, if I can get to the right page, yeah, it's the exact same as like any one for wood or planks or sapling, and I think it's just going to be a random chance to get those saplings. So I don't want to do that. So apparently swamp oak saplings grow unsurprisingly in swamplands, and blossoming saplings grow in extreme hills. So what I have done is I've been flying around the void, and I have found a biome for extreme hills, and I've just realized that while I've been flying around, these haven't been doing anything because I was so far away that they weren't chuck loaded. So I'll just put a spot loader on that one for now. So there's our extreme hills one. And then we also have one here for Swampland. I have no idea where they are. I am grateful for this dislocator thing because, yeah, I would never find them again.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an RF Tools dimension, hopefully with both these in the same one, and just hope we get lucky and find those saplings so we can complete that one. But back to you, I guess.
So the next thing we want to work on is the fusion reactor. So
Fusion or fission?
fission, not fusion. No, fusion. Yeah, definitely fusion, not fission. So off camera, I did spend a little bit of time setting up this laser amplifier. Basically, I've got 11 lasers firing it. Well, I've got 5 lasers firing into a laser amplifier, which is firing into another one. And basically, this is just to basically charge up this laser amplifier, because to even get started on fusion, you need quite a lot of power. But I'm also going to fire this because I kind of want to. It looks cool, and that is a giant laser beam.
That is a very fat laser beam.
Yeah.
Does that not destroy stuff?
Well, it would if there was anything there.
Oh, so you just got lucky.
Well, no, I kind of...
All right, you'd pre-planned this.
I pre-planned.
That was
so
good.
I can...
Because the Mekanism lasers I did not when I put down the laser cutters originally and like destroyed half her base.
Yep, these are worse. But so these will take a while to charge up. I mean, even with I've got 45 lasers charging this one up, and it's still not even showing on the bar.
Does it need to be full before it works?
I don't know. It depends on the actual layout.
We'll find out, I guess.
We will find out. But the first thing we need to do if you want to get into the fusion is to set up the fuel.
Seems logical.
Yes. So the fuel, there are 2 types of fuel. There is the lithium, which you need to make through the thermal
Trader?
Oh, no, thermal controller or thermal evaporation plant.
It sounded like you were going to say that thing I said.
Yeah, basically. So you need to set up 2 of these, one to convert water into brine, and then another one to convert brine into liquid lithium, which you then need to deconcentrate into a gas. So I will go away and set up 2 of those towers and be back in a minute. So I did not realize that inside of these was a spawnable space.
Well, it's glass. Maybe light would come from outside at least.
Is it still? It's still saying it's a multi-block structure.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you put like a light source on the outside, it should hopefully light up the inside, maybe.
But we're also just gonna turn that off. So fill it with steam.
Oh, will that kill him? Do you think? I don't think that'll kill him.
I don't.
We
think
tried
so.
this with another tank. Remember?
Oh yeah, the skeletons.
Yeah, that did not work.
No, but it might just obscure him from view.
Maybe.
But yeah, that was turned around. Did not expect that.
So the material absorbers are finished. So I have made the 2 biome dimlets, and I am just making the new dimensions. So I'm kind of hoping this works. I've never actually made a biome, like a dimlet with biomes in it before. Sorry, a dimension tablet. So I'm not really sure if there's like a way you've got to like order this stuff in the controller or that, but we will find out. Let us pop over to the new Swampland Extreme Hills biome and find out. It looks, minus the extreme orbs, we have Swampland. It's made out of cobblestone. It's not This not really. This did not really work.
No, trees do not tend to grow on cobblestone.
No, I want trees. I do not want this. Well, it is Swampland. That is going for it. But I'm guessing this is annoying because I put a terrain normal in there. I didn't realize. I'm gonna need to look at what other things I need to add to that dimlet to get this to make a normal-ish world. But I'll be back in a minute. I tried another swamp, and it looks like I got a swamp this time.
That's quite nice.
I don't see any of the trees that I'm looking for per se. And for some reason we have molten silver in the water, but like...
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty good find to have liquid silver.
I mean, that would be a good find like a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what trees I'm looking for. It says swamp oak sapling. Oh, maybe... maybe this is the right thing. I just saw it and thought, oh, this looks like normal. Maybe this is the quark ones. No. This is totally the quark ones. Oh, this plan worked.
Oh.
Extreme Hills. Am I going to be looking at the Blossom one as well now?
Hopefully.
Unfortunately, the swamp trees are still growing in here. I mean,
No.
this is... Oh, to me, this looked like the chunk hadn't loaded. But this is...
Nope, that is a chunk.
Oh, okay. That is weird.
Yay,
I'm not
random
seeing...
generation.
So what is it I'm looking for? Blossoming... Oh my god.
Have you found it?
I have found it.
Nice.
Am I going to get a sapling? I got a sapling.
Ooh, yay.
I actually am going to complete this quest. I did have to make an RF Tools dimension, which I'm not going to lie, is a lot more work than I was expecting this quest to be.
I mean, it is Kappa.
It is Kappa. I mean, it is Kappa, but still, I assumed like I'd be able to buy them or make them or whatever, but this is every single thing you can grow in a bonsai pot.
Nice.
Oh, 21 times 4 plus 1.
That's a lot.
Whatever that is. I just literally went through every page in the book for bonsai pots and added it to my bookmarks until I filled them. So I'm going to mark that quest as complete.
Nice.
And that means I've done 3 quests.
And I've done one.
Oh yeah, I've never
no, I've
marked
done
that one as
2.
complete.
I think
Oh, well,
I've
let's
done
do your
2.
Steam one as well. And the Industrial Turbine?
Yes.
Nice. How are you progressing?
Yeah. So I've set up 2 of these thermal evaporation plants. They're quite a simple structure, just a 4x4, and then hollow ring all the way up. I'm pumping some heat in using these resistive heaters just to speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
This one basically converts water into brine, which is shipped over to this one, which turns the brine into liquid lithium. I'm then extracting that liquid lithium out here, snaking it around into these rotary condensers to get gaseous lithium. And then...
And is gaseous lithium actually a gas?
It is. It is a gas, which is, unheard of. Yeah. But I then need to pop it through this solar neutron activator, which can only run during the daytime because it uses solar power.
Well, that's convenient. I literally slept.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to have a look up to see if we are actually exposed to the sky. But we are, so it's fine.
That was actually just luck more than anything else.
Yeah, that was. So I'm just going to craft like 3 of these. Don't know why, just 3 seems like a nice number.
Yep.
And once that's done crafting, I will pop them down.
What was that?
It sounded like a creeper.
Yeah, there's a creeper on your lasers.
On my lasers. Oh, I did not know they were spawnable.
Is that claimed? That is not claimed. I will just claim that quickly.
That's fine. You can hit him from a distance.
Oh yeah, I could probably have hit him from here. But still, I'm claiming that just in case.
Yep. I can't put torches on them. I can put torches on these ones, but they instantly get destroyed.
Oh, well.
It's
I mean, you could
fine.
literally put blocks at the end or something, put them on. It's fine.
But so the way these solar neutron activators work is you pump the lithium in the bottom for some reason.
Of course.
I don't know why it's the bottom, but it just is. And that should output very slowly tritium. You can put some upgrades in here. You can put speed upgrades in. So I'm going to craft some of these because they're quite slow. but that gives you half of the fuel that you need for the fusion reactor.
I don't know.
So we've got the tritium, we just need some deuterium, and once that's done, we should be able to set it up.
Okay, well, I'm actually having a look at another quest just now, which is the use waste stones to get to every dimension. So I've never used these before, but they do have EMC, so they're nice and easy now. Basically, I've already put this down, but when you put it down, it asks you for a name, and then whatever. When you go into one, it will show you the locations, like you click all the other ones that you might want to go to. So I actually am kind of liking this idea.
Okay.
I'm kind of tempted to go and change all these. I mean, it's completely pointless, this quest, because we do have the dislocator. But I think for all the dimensions that we already have pedestals for, I'm going to go ahead and move over to waystones.
Nice.
So guys, I have been through all of the dislocators we have. And now if we look at our waystone, we have 3 pages of planets and different dimensions. So I think I can mark that quest as complete, personally.
Yay.
So that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, that does open a new portal to all. So transfer an item through portality portals in every dimension possible that chain all the way back to your home base. For example, space dimensions, you only need to do Moon, Mars, Eris, and Kepler 22b. That sounds pretty crazy.
That does sound pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, maybe that's one for next episode, but I think you're over at your setup and nearly there with a fusion reactor?
Yes. So I have completed the 2 thermal evaporation towers. Got it going into the solar relay to produce the tritium. Over here, I've got some pumps that have filter upgrades. So they are producing heavy water, which is going into this electrolytic separator to make deuterium.
Interesting fact, these pumps do not have EMC.
They do not. It was very annoying.
Yeah.
And then the deuterium and tritium are being combined to make this DT fuel. Now,
Deuterium, is that not?
Yeah, deuterium.
Oh, no, DT fuel.
DT
Okay.
fuel. So
Interesting.
I am going to pop in this horolem and fill it with DT fuel.
Oh,
Now,
okay, so is that what powers the reactor?
it's what kicks off the reaction. Unfortunately, I am missing a block, but I'm not sure what block. It says incomplete.
That is helpful.
Oh, I think I know. I think I've used structural glass instead of reactor glass because they are different.
Well, that was very stupid of you.
Yeah,
now, wasn't it?
that was a little stupid. But
It's like half our mob duplicators have vibrant glass, quartz glass, and other ones have quartz glass because they look the same.
I thought the structural glass was just like the Mekanism standard glass now. Obviously
Maybe.
not.
Well,
But
always,
if
that
I-
connects, so that
yeah.
looks better.
There
Yeah,
you
there we go.
So, I am going to want to put this horelium filled with DT fuel in. I am also going to very quickly want to grab 2 gas canisters
Gas canisters, why?
because we need fuel to keep the reactor going.
Oh, I thought you would have just piped it in.
I mean, I could pipe it in, but that would be running pipes all the way from this platform to that one.
Oh, you mean 2 adjacent platforms real far?
Yep. But I was just going to grab this for a little. This should keep me going.
Does this just need to kick it off like it doesn't need it to keep going?
No, it will need it to keep it going, but I should have enough time to swap this over to like applied energistics or something.
Oh, okay.
So if I pop 2 of those down, and of course I only have 1 pressure pipe, I'm just going to need to mine some up.
Okay. Did they also not have EMC?
They do, but because I'm using the ultimate ones, they are
I remember. It's 'cause
slightly weird.
I think they're all the same item with different MBTs or something like that, so the system doesn't register the upper tiers.
Okay, so if I just configure this to eject on, and the top should be output. Top
Nice.
should be output.
Oh, there's no interface to this reactor.
There is. Oh, there should be somewhere.
In the top, you can see this formed. I suppose maybe that's it.
You can see heat, you can see injection rate, and you can see statistics.
RF. As well,
So
that's quite useful.
At the moment,
Awesome.
it's not producing anything because it isn't turned on.
You need to fire the big laser, right?
Yeah. So I was going to grab a redstone phantom face,
Oh, okay.
and that way we can flick the lever because that seems more dramatic than just doing it.
Or do you think a Minecraft lever flick is really dramatic? Is what I was trying to say. Man, that is words are hard.
Words are hard. So pop that down, pop the lever down.
I always do the redstone phantom faces the wrong way round.
I think I want to bind that one to that one. Is that going to like it? Yep, that is working fine. So now.
I think you've bound it the wrong way round as well.
Yeah, I was going to flick the lever and see if it worked.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So if I flick this lever, that should go on.
Yeah, I thought you'd done it the wrong way around. I think you put the redstone phantom face where you want the redstone signal.
That's annoying because of all the lasers. You know what? I'm just going to press the button over here.
Yeah, just press the button. I'll get a nice view over here.
And that is firing.
That was not very dramatic.
That was not very dramatic.
Was it meant to do something? I thought there was like an animation inside.
Yep, so did I.
Well, that was
Yeah, that was kind of...
very anticlimactic. But it's full of energy now. So, I mean, it was working, or is working. Does this laser kill me as well?
Yeah. Well, it hurts you.
Whoa. Yep, that works. It burned through my armor and then did take me down to half a heart. Just quite impressive. I don't know why it didn't kill me.
I think I know what the issue is.
What is the issue?
We did not set an injection rate on the fuel.
Of course.
Which... I'm going to turn off the laser again.
Okay.
And hopefully once that charges up, it should be good to go again.
Okay.
So we'll be back in a minute, guys. So, guys, we have recharged the laser. I have...
set the fuel injection this time.
Set the fuel injection. So I'm just going to set it at 50 to start. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set it at 900 or 99. Just so it does the maximum that it can do.
Okay.
Just to make sure it goes. And then I am going to...
Press the button.
Press the button.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's more like it.
More like it. There you go. It's a really cool animation.
It is pretty cool. So how much is it making now?
Let's look at the top. So it looks like it's making more than a draconic thing can send. Because it's got power building inside it.
Oh, wait. Are you actually hooked this up to draconic?
Yeah, it's hooked up to the energy ball. So to be honest,
It
that
looks
might
like it's
just be
hooked up to the bottom of the energy ball. For
No, it's hooked up to...
okay, different one.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, I did have to cross the beams.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Crossing streams is always fun, right? But I think that means we can claim your quest.
Yeah.
So the fusion reactor done.
Nice.
Now we can actually see what this ultimate power thing is, I guess.
Yeah.
Construct the Mekanism power storage multi-block at store at least 20 trillion RF. Well, that is definitely for another time.
Yes.
Because we have managed to get through quite a few quests this episode, so I'm pretty pleased. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're enjoying the series, obviously be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon. Bye.